Hey everybody, Jeff Holbrook, some more Drive-By Philosophy. Today we have a quote from H.P. Lovecraft. I couldn't live a week without a private library. Indeed, I'd part with all my furniture and squat and sleep on the floor before I'd let go of the 1,500 or so books I possess. Reading is something that I think has really gone by the wayside for a lot of people. And there's a lot of people, they just say, I don't like to read. Back in the day, a person had a personal library. You'll notice in a lot of older black and white movies that people have these, there's no television. So, in the household. So you see just these books lined up all along the walls. And even, middle-class people, if you happen to encounter them, have these books that are just in bookshelves. And the whole room is not arranged around the television, which didn't maybe exist at the time. There might be arranged around a piano or around a fireplace or something like that. But then you see these shelves of books, and people would relax by reading a book. One of the things I find is that whenever I watch something on television, what happens is they're giving you so much information that it doesn't require any mental gymnastics to get something out of it. They just tell you this stuff and you just accept it and you're just an observer. When it comes to books, you have to use your mind to create a mental picture of what is being explained to you. And so that keeps your mind very sharp. Everyone is worried about, Alzheimer's or however you say that. They're worried about keeping their mind mentally fit. And I think reading goes a long way toward that because, again, you create these details in your mind. You fill in what is not actually shown to you. And so reading in itself is just a good thing. Plus, since you're so much more deeply immersed into it, it actually, instead of just observing it and watching what's happening somewhere, you go there because the engagement is so much stronger because of you're forced to actually see this in your own terms. And so that gives you a much better mental workout. I find it very pleasurable. I always have. In school, when I was in school, of course, I learned the 3 R's and, an older educational system. And so I learned a lot. Yes, I did. But I think the vast majority of what I have learned in my lifetime, I learned from reading from other sources. Before there was public education, someone would go into their father's library and be educated, by the various books and things that were in there. And they would be self-educated, and they would go straight to college, which was a pretty exclusive thing at the time, from the education they received in their father's library. So reading is something that is very, very important. And if you want to have 1,500 books in your library, that's pretty cool. Takes up a whole room, maybe a couple of rooms, depending on what size house you have. You can do that, or you can do this. This is a little 7-inch tablet. Okay. On any tablet like this, you can get a Kindle app, and then you can have easily more than 1,500 books just in this little tiny space. Or in an even smaller space, you can have that many books in your phone. So reading is right at your fingertips all the time. It is good for you. It actually keeps you mentally fit, and everything works out really well. So please read, and please help younger people. Even there are some people who can't read. I cannot imagine looking at something and it doesn't just read for me. Reading is such a pleasure, and we rarely stop long enough to take time to do it. So read some, start reading, and that'll help you think deeply today.